This right here, why I think a lot of these foreigners should not be behind the wheel or any kind of vehicle. One day ago, in Indiana, trucker killed 16 kids and walk away. And we'll see where the shows take place. I think it take place in Texas here. This guy is from India, Indian guy I think it is. Ran over 16 people and walked the fuck away. Yeah, he killed 16 people and everything, and nothing's being done. But the Democrats are making it like he's a poor baby. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this video, shall we?
In Missouri shows a semi-truck traveling in the wrong direction with its flashers on.
3 people are dead after a crash involving 2 semi-trucks and several vehicles on the 10 freeway.
A minivan slamming into a semi-truck. Driving that truck, an illegal immigrant accused of trying a reckless U-turn across 3 lanes on a highway.
The driver of this semi-truck made a fatal mistake and slammed into the side of this white pickup. Singh is suspected of being in the country illegally since 2018.
An illegal immigrant with a commercial driver's license allegedly caused a deadly crash in Tennessee.
An illegal immigrant from Kyrgyzstan is responsible for killing 4 people in a head-on crash in Indiana. This is the latest in a string of high-profile crashes involving immigrant semi-drivers.
Went to a sanctuary state, got a license to get behind a big rig, and now someone is hurt or killed.
An illegal immigrant truck driver accused of causing a deadly crash on a Washington state highway has been released, with federal officials saying local authorities ignored an ICE order to keep him in custody. What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from, the Jeremy Hambley channel. Make sure you leave a like on the video and you subscribe or follow down below. It literally really helps, and so I greatly appreciate it. Now, the foreign truck driver issue in America is a big problem. And I'm not talking about, just people who are, naturalized American citizens who are truck drivers. I'm talking about illegals. I'm talking about people that can't read English. I'm talking about people that can't read road signs. I'm talking about people that don't know how to drive and are going the wrong way down the freeway. I'm talking about, the incident in Florida where some moron truck driver was trying to do like a U-turn on a freeway and took a whole family's life. This was probably one of the most insane stories I've seen. An Indian trucker who took 16 souls. I believe it was like a kids hockey team, the whole team. He did almost no time in jail, and instead of getting deported, he's saying he should be able to be allowed to stay in the country for humanitarian reasons. Now, first of all, the fact that this moron did just a few years in prison is insane, and the fact that they're gonna allow this guy to stay in the country and probably drive truck more is outrageous. And let's look at this story. Indian trucker who blew stop sign and took 16 lives announces plan to fight his deportation and says he must be allowed to stay on humanitarian grounds. So this is a problem not just in America, but in Canada. We're going to take a look at a couple stories here. California is probably the highest density of people who can't read driving truck. It's dangerous out there on the roads. So an Indian national who blew through a stop sign and took the lives of 16 junior ice hockey team members is fighting his deportation on humanitarian grounds. Brother, you took 16 souls. I know that eternity will punish you for that, but you got to go back. At minimum, Jaskarit Singh Sidhu barreled through a stop sign at 53 to 60 miles an hour before striking an entire bus carrying the Humboldt Broncos in rural Saskatchewan. This was back in 2018. Now, he's just getting out of prison now, so the guy barely did any time. Sidhu pled guilty to dangerous driving and was jailed for 8 years. In March 2019, he didn't even do 8 years, but he was released early after just 4. 16 kids are dead, and this dude did 4 years in prison, and he's back out. He then returned to his cush suburban life with his Canadian wife, and the couple have had a baby soon after he was released. Now, I wonder if somebody ran over that baby, how he would feel. I don't want that to happen. I'm just saying, how would he feel? Now, multiply that by 16. Meanwhile, the Immigration and Refugee Board removed Sindhu's permanent resident status and ordered his deportation just 1 year after his release from jail. Why is he even still? I never understood that. Like, in America, this happens too. Oh, well, we ordered his deportation. It's like, oh, okay. Why is he still here? Like, quite literally, we ordered the deportation, okay? We ordered the deportation. Why is this individual still here? Why is this individual still here? Like, that's the question, right? More recently, a pre-removal risk assessment was determined that he would not be in danger if he was sent back to India. And the Canadian Border Service has requested his travel documents so it can begin the deportation process. In a desperate attempt to prevent that from happening, Sindhu's attorney, Michael Green, said that he has filed an application for his client to remain on humanitarian and compassionate grounds. Was it compassionate when those 16 kids were no longer alive? Where's the compassion for the victims? The lawyer argued that Sindhu had 2 young children who would be affected by his absence. Well, they can go back with him to India. Nobody's saying they can't go to India. You marry an Indian national, probably in a green card wedding. You can come back. Like, you can all go back to India together and stay together as a family. Green added that he will ask the CBSA to temporarily defer Sindhu's removal from the county until humanitarian application is decided. The lawyer described the case as a litmus test for Canadians. So he's trying to guilt them, which is an effective tactic on Canadians. No disrespect to my Canadian viewers. If you look at Sindhu as a whole, he's a really good man who made a terrible mistake and had, because of that split-second timing, incredible consequences. Okay, Sindhu was not impaired by drugs or alcohol, speeding, or his phone during the crash, instead telling the court of sentencing that he was distracted by a tarp covering his cargo that came loose and was flapping in the wind. So at any point, he could have pulled over. Right, he could have pulled over and said, hey, maybe I should check that tarp. Instead, he blew through a stop sign and took 16 kids' lives. And of course, the Canadian News is putting a driver who caused Humboldt Broncos bus crash fights deportation. Let's start with a picture of him and his family. Do you know why they turned comments off? It's because nobody on earth would support this guy's staying. Well, unless they have, like, insane liberal dementia.
As he faces deportation, Jaskirat Sidhu and his wife Tanvir Mann treasure their family time.
It just haunts me. Kind of, nobody wants to be separated from their family, you know.
Brother, you separated 16 kids from their families. 16 kids are dead. Brother.
And we can't even imagine, like, the life.
Oh, she sounds as Canadian as maple syrup to me, too.
Without him.
Sidhu was responsible for the 2018 Humboldt Broncos bus crash behind the wheel of the semi-truck that blew through a stop sign right into the path of the Saskatchewan junior hockey team's bus, killing 16, injuring 13 others.
I wish I can do something that can take their pain away.
Go back to India. You think these parents want to see you on the streets, brother? You think these parents feel good about you only doing 4 years in prison? You killed 20 people! You think their parents might have a little bit of a problem with this?
I I wish that day was never happened.
Oh, I bet you do wish that day was never happened.
Guilty, and in 2019 was sentenced to 8 years in prison. I interviewed him before he was granted parole in 2023. 1 year later, the Immigration and Refugee Board ordered his deportation.
I like how they have this sad music.
Now, one of his last avenues of appeal has been rejected.
Good.
He has a pending application for permanent residence on humanitarian and compassionate grounds. They can try to remove him in the meantime. We are seeing the wheels in motion to make that happen.
We think he should be deported.
Yes.
Russ Harold's son Adam was the youngest player killed in the bus crash. He died just 6 days before his 17th birthday.
We've lost our child forever. It's not like he stole our car and we can go buy another one. We can never replace our children.
Harold says every anniversary, every mention of Sadhu is a trigger.
I'm not giving him a second chance. He's been here 8 years too long already. He's taxing our health care, taxing our legal system. I think it's time to move on.
But not everyone feels that way.
Oh, here we go.
I think I just tell him I forgive him.
Christina Hogan was married to head coach Darcy Hogan.
Oh, white liberal woman, what are the odds? You think your dead husband wants this guy to stay around and remind everybody that there are no consequences, that consequences are different? You think some white guy who did this would have only gotten 4 years in prison? This is a problem, by the way. Again, semi-truck driver charged in California crash that took 3 lives. This was another guy from India, or a foreigner, sorry, that was in the country. Here's, deadly crash in California. Reviews federal criticism of immigration truck drivers. After fatal crash, Sikh truck drivers in the U.S. fear backlash.
Dangerous. Vernon Hills, westbound routes.
I mean, are you joking? Illegal Indian alien truck driver in ICE custody after fatal U.S. crash. I mean, this is no, absolutely not. You have to go back. I can't even believe that anybody is defending this dude. Yes, you made a horrible mistake. Go make more mistakes back in India. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, subscribe or follow down below, and we'll talk to you again real